is going on, fellas? Tuesday, January 31st, as my camera goes in and out of focus. We'll get there, I promise. But there we go. It's like, ooh, UGLY, right? Hey, we are here. As you may or may not be aware, this is the final episode of Comic News Weekly on SimpleMan's Comics. But don't fret, we are going to move this show over to ComicManAndy's YouTube channel. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. We do have a great show lined up for you tonight. Over the next hour, we have a couple topics. We like to talk about some streaming goodness on here. We talked about how HBO Max was cutting a bunch of stuff, but now we are seeing Paramount is kind of doing the same. We also know that there's talk about Paramount merging with Showtime. You guys might have seen Showtime shows showing up on Paramount, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that. We also have the Spider-Man Jedi that almost was, and we are going to talk about a little bit more about Last of Us like we like to do on this show. I know ComicManAndy is excited to talk about that. Ryan, he's running a little bit late. If he gets in the show, we will have his surprise topic. If not, we will improv anyways and talk about something else. But before we do so, let's bring the other panelists in here from that Beyond Wednesdays channel on YouTube. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Mr. Bryan McClay.
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Yeah. Tuesday, it's the trend, man. Sometimes Tuesdays feel like it should be up. I'm ready for the weekend, and this is one of those Tuesdays.
Amen.
Busy week. I'm kind of ready for spring. I mean, it's nasty here in Maryland right now. It's talking about snow and sleet tomorrow. Nothing like Mr. Kalamazoo we're about to bring in here, but I'm sure you don't have that problem in Arizona. Or it probably does get cold sometimes, right?
It's going to be low 30s tonight. It's going to be the coldest night in a long time. It's going to be low 30s, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm going to open my windows.
Yeah. I know some people's like, hey, it doesn't get cold in the desert. I was like, well, I've spent some time in the Marine Corps out in that Mojave Desert where it might be hot as shit in the day, but it gets cold at night.
Freezing at night, yeah.
But
for sure.
Yes, Mr. ComicManAndy, Mr. El Beardo Jefe goes by a bunch of many names. Mr. Button Pusher, the producer, and the person that we're going to be moving this show over to his channel. So make sure you guys check out ComicManAndy's channel on YouTube. Subscribe so you don't miss the latest episodes of Comic News Weekly. But El Beardo, what's up, buddy?
Well, it is good, everybody. It's Tuesday. I'm happy to be here, although I'm a little frosty. It's a whopping 6 degrees out over here in Michigan. It's just going to get colder. And although we're finally getting some sun tomorrow, I haven't seen the sun for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like high 28 here on Saturday. And then the base here, the base golf course is like, hey, we got $35 plus, includes cart if you guys want to play around the golf. And I was like, my dumb ass, like, I still might do that. But who knows, man? If I could play hooky from work and go play golf in the cold, it's worth it. But yeah, the people coming into the chat right now. Like I said, tonight we are also doing something different since this is the last show on SimpleMan's Comics. Moving this over to ComicManAndy. We are actually streaming it prestige worldwide. We are on SimpleMan's Comics. We are on ComicManAndy's channel. Where else are we streaming right now, Andy?
Bro, we're streaming to Facebook. We're streaming to YouTube on multiple channels. We're streaming to Twitch as well. And we just dropped that link right in the chat there. That is the link for the show on the ComicManAndy YouTube channel. So everybody watching live right now, pop over there, click that link, click subscribe, click notify, and pop back over and support on Bryan's channel for tonight too.
Definitely. So, for real, I want to take a moment, thank everyone for the support, for the love over the years. I mean, I can't even keep track. One, I don't even remember how old I am because I'm getting that age. But I wrote it down on my hand, so I am 45. But,
you wrote it down on your hand. In crayons?
Yeah, I mean, my channel has been going, I want to say 5, maybe 6 years. It was 2015, 2016. I do remember. It's funny if you ever have a YouTube channel, and the best thing you can ever do is go back and like try to watch like your first videos and just see how you've grown and matured and everything. those are always the best things to do. If I had time, I wanted to kind of put together, I wouldn't say a sizzle reel because it's all boring shit, but just like snippets of some of those old videos, but I didn't get around to it. So I do apologize, but we have some great topics. I know Andy and Bryan, your channel's doing well over there on Beyond Wednesdays, right? You guys got a bunch of stuff going on there, a bunch of great people from the community that we've known for years. I love seeing your guys' channel, both of you growing, keeping that community going. So I appreciate you, and I'm glad we're kind of moving this over to your channel, Andy, where we can still have that tender, loving care and feeding, so to say, because I haven't been able to keep up with it, and I do apologize to the viewers in the community for that, but it will live on in ComicManAndy goodness.
I appreciate the handing of the torch, or even just for a little bit. I'll keep it warm. We'll keep it fuzzy. We'll keep it cozy and fuzzy, and that doesn't. It's the people that are here aren't going to change. It's going to be the same content, and then if Bryan's ever ready to take that on back over, it'll be ready and available for him, and we'll keep that viewer base with us every week.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, hopefully Ryan will join us here a little bit later. But let's get into it real quick, guys. So the first one we want to talk about, some streaming goodness. Paramount Plus, which is one of my favorite ones, because not only does it get Yellowstone 1883, 1923, but Peacock has the regular Yellowstone for now. But it's a bunch of great stuff on there, not to mention Champions League soccer. But you guys might have noticed Showtime shows have been showing up in there, and they are merging with a rebrand planned. And to be honest, guys, they've already been canceling some shows. Showtime's been canceling some shows. Let the Right One In. Was it Male Gigolo? A couple other ones. So we're seeing a lot of streaming shows get canceled, the financials and things of that nature. But what's funny is I did see today that they came out with the name that they're going to have for this rebranding. I'm sure they spent a lot of money on the focus group, getting a lot of thought. A lot of people went into it. I mean, I would have gotten the guys that make those progressive commercials when you're turning into your parents, because I freaking love those. But you guys know what the name that they're going to be calling it? It's going to be called, wait for this, Paramount Plus with Showtime.
Jesus, that's wonderful.
That's the rebranded name.
Not even trying.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
How much are they charging?
Yeah.
I will put if we can get it. There we go.
Premium tier. So
the link with the rebrand stuff in the private chat.
For starters, both the Showtime linear pay TV channel and the premium tier Paramount Plus will be rebranded. So, what does that mean? Just premium sounds expensive.
Yeah, right. I'm not sure what the price is now, and I don't even remember what I paid for like a year of Paramount Plus at the time, but I would want to say it wasn't more than like $38.
As part of the change, the $9.99 month premium Paramount Plus plan will adopt the same Paramount with the Showtime moniker. It's unclear how much the new tier will cost, while the essential plan with Showtime currently costs $11.99. Oh, so they haven't even made up their minds yet.
Yeah.
Great. Man, I mean, if they've got a good viewer base, a good subscriber base to begin with that carries through and supports them, they're going to need it, because people are pretty burnt out on streaming services at this point. I mean, how many people have dropped from Netflix over the last year and a half?
Yeah, and they're saying the premium plan with Showtime and CBS currently costs $14.99. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that $19.99 price tag that a lot of the streamers are starting to go towards. But I don't think it holds enough weight to compete with like HBO Max. And I'll be honest, I canceled HBO Max and I watch the shows I want to watch other ways from HBO now. But
yeah, hell yeah. It's too expensive, man. The content's not that great.
I feel like I cut the cord. I was paying at the time, I think, $183 for DirecTV. And I noticed over the past years that what I was paying for everything else was starting to creep up there too, between YouTube TV, Netflix, Peacock, Paramount. Some of the stuff I get for free, whether it's my mobile carrier or some other stuff. But yeah, it was just too much. I'm trying to find a way to cut YouTube TV, but I want to keep like Fox Sports and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean that's the only way we really justified it is when we dropped our cable company. We went from $230 a month to a flat $99 a month for fiber for internet, and then we're like, okay, so we have some wiggle room here. We don't want to have $130 worth of subscriptions, but when you kind of factor in Disney Plus and HBO, and then I think we have. No, I think that's it. No, Netflix, HBO, Netflix, and Disney Plus is all we have. That still saves us $80 a month off of what we were paying in cable.
are there even any good shows on Showtime right now?
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
mean, I know they kind of brought back Dexter, but to me, even the regular Dexter after like season 3, it kind of didn't do too great. But
I feel like it lost the magic. They gave that first episode for free, and I sat down and watched it saying, hey, am I going to get Showtime just to watch this show? And it didn't slap like it used to, so I didn't bother to watch the rest of it.
yeah, I mean, and a lot of people are, they're all competing with each other for those viewers, right? Streaming is definitely, I think, where to go right now. It's nice having that true a la carte, right, man? Before you'd have to buy like your basic cable and then the add-ons, and it was all messed up. But here you can kind of, I do like the Paramount Plus. I don't give a shit about Showtime because I like the CBS shows that I wouldn't normally watch, like SEAL Team and what's the new one that the guy from SEAL Team is in, like the firefighter crap. But mostly Champions League, and then I watch Peacock for Premier League on the weekends. But yeah, it doesn't have as much buzz. I think Yellowstone, of course, is a big champion or flagship for Paramount right now, especially with 1883 and so forth. But
yeah, that makes me want to get Paramount, but I'm just burnt out on subscriptions. Hence, how long is this new merger going to last?
Just get yourself a good VPN and a good IPTV subscriber. Non-regulated IPTV. Not like YouTube, but some of those other ones out there that you need that VPN for.
Yeah, I agree. Go out there. There's ways to get it much easier than paying for it at this point and going through all their bullshit.
About 3 years ago, the big thing was Cody, but it's similar, similar thing as Cody.
Well, I mean, even the biggest thing right now is subscription sharing. And didn't they just announce not too long ago?
Netflix is cracking down on that now as well.
They're going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it, where they're going to be able to identify the different IP addresses. Because, like, what if somebody's family member is right next door and they're sharing a subscription? I don't know. IP addresses are different for sure. You know better than I do, Brian. But
yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of it would be geolocating, and added IPs and so forth. But yeah, $20 a year. So yeah, I want to say mine was somewhere around there also, because at one time, I want to say I signed up for Paramount because they were advertising like how they had like all the soccer, and then I was like, wanted to watch something. I was like, oh, it's not on Paramount, it's on ESPN. Oh, it's not on ESPN, it's on Peacock. But
it's like, that's why it's just. Does anybody in the chat know how many we're up to now? Different streaming services.
It's crazy.
It's got to be like 12, 13, 14. Too many to pay attention.
And that's just the big ones that you know.
Yeah.
That doesn't include like the Tubies and
Crunchyroll's another one a lot of people subscribe to that I know.
Yep. My kids watch a lot of Crunchyroll. Nice. Yeah, Paramount Plus, and I think T-Mobile is doing Paramount Plus right now also. But anyways, yeah, I was just kind of Mitch Joel's in the house gauging. It's not the best topic to open the show with, but I found it interesting because it's just the trend of streaming services cutting a lot of shit to try to build up their brand.
Oh God, Solo.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna be able to stop laughing. No, there's no thumbnails to Sagoo.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, this next one is very interesting too. You guys know I'm a Dan Slott hater. Not a fan
Join
of
the
Dan
club.
Slott. I know. Dan Slott's only done one thing well, and that was his Superior Spider-Man, as we all like to remember.
Superior Spider-Man and whining. Those are the things he's good at.
And he continues to talk about how he can destroy Spider-Man and everything else that he touches. Well, for those of you out there that didn't see this, here you go. He wanted to do a Spider Jedi.
This is better than the Ewok one-shot.
Long-term
What?
Spider-Man writer Dan Slott said that if it were up to him, the Spider-Verse would have included a web slinger wielding a lightsaber. Quote, just some of the Spider-Verse characters I asked for this time around that I didn't get. A Spider Mickey and or Donald, a Jedi Spider, a Spider Gritty, in reference to the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, and other wacky concepts that were rejected, including a Mr. Met Spider-Man. At this point, I think Slott is just trying to like screw with us and just trying to troll people. The guy is off his freaking rocker, man. Holy cow. He said that he wanted to make a singing spider princess, or he made the singing spider princess named Spinstress who battled Bishop Octopus, a combination of Dr. Octopus and the Little Mermaid's Ursula. So there you go.
That's some bath salt stuff right there.
He did love, he did love that he got in the T-Rex Spider, the Spider Princess, as we talked about, the Felicia Hardy as Spider-Woman, a Craven Spider-Man, an 8-bit Spider-Man. The 8-bit Spider-Man is kind of interesting. A kilt-wearing Highland Spider-Man. What the fuck? And a gazillion more spiders. So I'm sorry. The guy is a moron. He really is. And I think that he's very good at politicizing comics and being a moron at the same time.
Well,
so
let's just take this time. We'll take a couple minutes and let's do what he did. If we could create a spider character, who would you do? I'm going with this a Spider Grimace for McDonald's.
That's a good one. That's interesting. Porn Spider-Man porn star.
Oh, that's a different kind of web slinging right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So,
God,
just to screw over Dan Slott, let's make it something ridiculous. Spider-Man, the porn star.
Spider Jameson.
Yeah.
You know the take they did with Iron Man and Tony Stark with combating alcoholism. Have they ever done that with Spider-Man?
A drunk Spider-Man?
A drunk Spider-Man?
Well, he's always
great question.
Outside of the Zdarsky series, right? When they actually aged up Spider-Man and did the life of, but most of the time he's like Bart Simpson.
That Zdarsky stuff was really good, but like
underage drinking Spider-Man.
Well, even you don't necessarily have to age him up, but post-COVID, there are a great number of people in
fentanyl Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's a great number of people in this country and in this world that are combating alcoholism. So it's a very relatable situation that people are coping with post-COVID. As the world continues to spin, a lot of people found coping mechanisms that weren't healthy and developed bad habits. And that's a social media trend that people are trying to coach each other and help each other through this, especially on TikTok.
Yeah.
My Little Pony Spider-Man. That would sell. That would sell somehow.
IDW crossover.
Uh-huh.
Dan Slott's such a moron. The guy's such a moron. He's like next level moron. But that's the type of people that they're hiring up in comics, you know?
Yeah, and then he's all like, man, editorial passed on. These are some of my best stuff. I'm storing at them.
Guy.
I wonder how
Spider the Mickey Spider and Mickey and Donald Spider is interesting. I'm surprised he didn't get that.
Well, yeah, especially with some of their crossovers and stuff.
Yeah.
Transformers Spider-Man.
But then you saw like he also wanted to do like Zendaya as Spider-Woman, and they're like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh man.
How far do you take it? Like, I think it was Mitch was saying, or no, it wasn't Mitch. It was Shiny's Dan Slott is living the throw everything at the wall right now. How far do you take it?
No, if you read any of his writing, it seems like that's his no.
Yeah, it is. You're 100% right. Whatever he can do to trip people out or make people angry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Freaking
Dan Slott
nutso.
for you.
But what isn't nutso, El Beardo?
What?
your
I don't know.
show's a hit, bro.
It's kind of nuts. I mean, we anticipated this news. I just don't know that any of us anticipated it this fast. And I mean, second episode's out of The Last of Us, and already it's officially announced for a renewal for a second season, which, I mean, we knew this is where they were going. This announcing of a second season is kind of sparking some debate on the future of the Last of Us video game series, but I know that they would have been crazy to not do this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Showtime's probably trying to get Pedro Pascal in a show right now.
he's the internet's slutty daddy, is it?
I mean, dude, I mean, freaking Game of Thrones, Mandalorian, Last of Us, Narcos.
Yep.
I wouldn't put Narcos in that same thing, but you know, the guy, he's the golden ticket right now. And no knock against Bella Ramsey, because Bella Ramsey, she holds her own in that show. She's like more of my favorite in that show than Pedro is.
I am pleasantly surprised. I was a little apprehensive when they first announced the casting, but she has absolutely nailed it, hit it out of the park. After we'll call it 2.5 episodes, because they weren't in much of episode 3. But this has been, if anybody out there, I mean, don't laugh at TikTok being kind of the new trend or being silly, but if you spend a couple hours on TikTok, it's video after video after video of The Last of Us and people's reactions. Last Sunday's episode is literally being touted as the greatest hour plus of television that people have ever seen. That's where it's at right now. People are talking about awards for Nick Offerman, Murray Bartlett deserving an award as well. I'm not going to say too much. I really don't want to spoil the episode, but this train not only left the station, but it just continues to gain steam every week.
Yeah, one thing I'll bring up about this show, because initially, whenever it comes out, especially for those that hadn't played the game, if you just saw the trailer, it automatically gets that comparison because zombie or whatever, it gets the Walking Dead comparison, right? One thing I liked about this latest episode of Last of Us that I didn't like a lot of times in The Walking Dead is it was almost a character building arc, character building episode. There wasn't a lot of action, but they nailed the execution of it, where a lot of times in The Walking Dead, that's where I stopped watching. That's where I stopped watching for whatever season it was, because I'm like, these stupid mean nothing. Oh, let's take an episode and concentrate on Daryl, and let's take an episode and concentrate on. They never worked. They were boring as shit. This one, it was kind of a character, but it added to the story and added a bunch of stuff without having a narrator have to tell you, but you put a lot of the story together, and it was a great episode.
Almost perfectly written. Yeah. Almost perfectly written.
And you saw where it deviated from the game enough to where it was kind of refreshing if you had played the games.
Well, that's what Neil Druckmann had specifically publicly stated is we will make deviations from the game, but only if it's better, hand over hand better than the video game. And they did not disappoint, and they really delivered. It's like if you laid out the whole story and just clipped here, pulled that segment out and put a new segment in, it was seamless. I mean, it's 40 to 50 minutes of Joel and Ellie's story not being propelled, but it gives depth and closure to two characters that we didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with in the game. But this is where I was kind of tough on it. Well, it was tough on me was in the game. There was always that glimmer of hope that Bill was out there still alive and you could potentially run into again or use him for some sort of support later on if depending on how the game went, that glimmer of hope was there, and it's no longer there.
Man, Really, it's just the Mandalorian all over again. How many times do we gotta see Pedro Pascal escort some youngling back to safety?
I mean, that's
I'm just kidding.
well, that's seriously a concern some people had out there, and how well this is going to be received, because that lone wolf and cub kind of storyline just it's existing in many different places throughout television and movies. So how would rehashing something similar work and play out? And this right here, Patrick, episode 3 saw a 50% viewership jump over.
Well, yeah, and not to mention that stupid ass Linda Ronstadt song is like up on the charts, just like with Stranger Things. You got the Linda Ronstadt song like saw like 9,000% increase.
Granted,
like one play to 8,000.
Like Conan, said it was terrible. It's not for everybody for sure, but it was just, when you break everything down and look at the writing, it was masterfully written.
I've had a ton of people say exactly what you said, that it was just absolutely amazing. Had them in tears at the end.
Oh yeah.
It's good. I mean, it's good storytelling in my eyes, and it's been a while since. Well, I won't say not a long while, because I still get excited for Yellowstone. Can't wait for it to come back. But to be excited about a new episode of a show.
And I'm hoping, Shiny here says, The Walking Dead with 150 million episode behind it. I'm hoping that people's opinion will start to change and morph as we get in episodes 4, 5, and 6 and get towards the end of the season. And people will realize that it's far beyond that. A lot of us that have played the games, that experienced what they could potentially go down, it's much, much better than Walking Dead, in my opinion. We're not looking at a group of people. We're not looking at like a unity or a community trying to get together and survive. We're looking at two people with bare bones, next to nothing, trying to survive and building the relationship between these two individuals.
Yeah, and just make sure you're carrying some tough acting, tenactin. Boom, kill that Bungie.
I'm surprised I haven't heard more than that.
But yeah, Mara King sounds fantastic. Taylor Sheridan can do no wrong. But
yeah, there's some more controversy because of the season 2 renewal being announced. Neil Druckmann also went to social media to say that they will continue making The Last of Us content, or a Last of Us show, if there's still content to draw from. But he said that also doesn't mean that it's a guarantee that they'll be making a third game. There's some kind of clickbaity YouTube stuff that's out there that kind of blew up because of that, saying, oh, hey, they're saying they're not going to make a game. One YouTuber said, well, wait a minute. He made a great point that I want to also make, is the guy, his job, his career, his profession is to write and develop and create video games with a team of people and to make this company money. You can't not do your job and stay there, right? Like they're going to have to do something. And why would they try to flourish a whole brand new IP when they're in the midst of this just hitting and word of mouth really spreading and the show ramping up? So they're doing a director's cut of part 2 for PS5 is the leak that we're hearing right now. Yeah. They're also doing the second multiplayer game.
On the sales, I think there's the stat like he put for the viewership. The PlayStation was talking about the sales of that game, how much they've gone up just since the show launched.
Oh, yeah, and it helps that they're doing the first episode you can watch for free, if I remember correctly, on HBO, the first episode of Walking Dead. Or, I'm sorry, good Lord. The Last of Us. Yeah, Shiny's comment made me just think that in my brain. Really quick. But the video game sales, like you're saying.
You ain't made it until they do a Telltale Games version.
Will they, though? I wonder, because that's
right. Lego Last of Us.
There's a whole avenue. Well, I don't know. The age group for Legos, there's a good adult group for Legos, but I wouldn't be buying that for my 6-year-old, to be honest with you. But then just, they have to. They have to. They would be crazy to not do it, whether or not they steer the storyline away from certain characters and delve into others. It's a universe that I've been kind of talking about for several years now that I think would be absolutely amazing to see on screen and be fleshed out even further in the video game industry.
Well, let me ask you this, El Beardo Hefe. What are those books doing right now? What are those comics doing?
They're going crazy.
Yep. I mean, I could spend a half an hour diving into GPA recorded sales, but that's one of the biggest movers on Sundays when auction ends is Bam Bam Antlers. Like a lot of Last of Us books moving, and it's not just raw books or graded books. It's everything Last of Us. A lot of the collectibles, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con released a hardcover edition of the 4 issues that's limited to like 1,000 copies. Asking prices for those are well over $800, approaching $1,200 in some cases. I don't know if they're selling, but the actual first print book is doing really well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that brings us to the part of the show where Andy didn't want me to tell everyone yet, but he's going to give away that 9/8. I'm just kidding.
What?
It's time for the giveaway. You're giving away that 9/8 behind you, right? I'm just kidding.
It's actually a perfect opportunity to segue into what the mission is for my channel for the year of 2023. That does include giveaways. The year of 2022 was for Mission 22, and we donated all of the channel monetization and super chats from my channel to Mission 22. This year, we're donating it back into the community. So everybody that supports the Comic News Weekly here on Bryan's channel, hop over and subscribe onto my channel and come back every week. We're still going to be here. All ad revenue, all monetization, all super chats. At the end of the year, we're going to buy slabs for the community to give away. But it also means for every live CGC unboxing that I do on the channel, hence you got to subscribe and hit notify on all the content. If you're there live, you're going to have an opportunity to win a free graded slab every time I do an unboxing. And we're trying to do a minimum of 2 a month. That's 24 community giveaways, 25 if you count the monetization and the ad revenue from the channel. So we do a one end of the year blowout for the channel to give away back to the community. But I want people to know that the content that we create, anything that's being generated is put back into the community. Bryan, you spent 6 years putting all of that back into the channel for the community. And that's what I want to do. I want to carry that torch forward and take everything that the channel earns and give it back into the community. I'm just doing it in a little bit different way. You were more tech savvy and able to do it that way. I just want to give away some books.
Yeah, I mean, and more power to you. It's always great to give back to the community. I think to me, the community is always better than how many subscribers, how many views. I mean, your subscribers are a community, but we've had this discussion in public and in private where it was great to watch the channel grow, but I got to a point where I was like, man, I almost valued less subscribers or a smaller community because it was easier to share and have attention with everyone else. It's great to have a larger channel, but to be honest, having that tight niche and that smaller community just makes it a little bit more personable, and I enjoyed that more than it's great. Like I said, great to grow, but always thankful for what you have. And then sometimes I like having the smaller circle even better.
It's really developed. It seems to be the similar trend every week, and it's great to see the same people coming back in the relationships that we're building. Mitch, today is the multicast stream over to Facebook, 2 channels on YouTube, and not Instagram, but Twitch. And starting next Tuesday, the show will carry on the ComicManAndy YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on some this weekend. Work on some graphics for Alberto. Maybe update the intro to the show a little bit. Get that going over there. Get his logo shining in there. Let that mane flow through on it. But yeah, super excited about that. That's gonna bring us. We also got new comic book day tomorrow, right, fellas?
Ooh. Big day, new comic book day. Lots of goodies.
Oh yeah, new comic day, yeah.
I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to hear what Bryan and you have to say, because I'll be honest with you, my new comic book day is looking extremely light. And either I forgot to pay attention to previews, or
I have
that's kind of what I was getting at.
Picks and cover picks this week.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a very big week. I think to most of us, I think this is the biggest book, right, Wood?
Yep.
Silver Surfer Ghost Light #1. You got the Torrin Clark main cover, and then you have the Torrin Clark Return of the Apes variant. That is amazing right there. Too bad the apes are in it.
One is like, what the hell? What the hell is that?
Yeah. Oh, God. So there's that. But yeah, it's also got the Delato. I think these are exclusives. That's pretty nice Delato right there.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. And then here's the Delato variant B, the Virgin. So not bad. There's a Chichetto variant.
I like
yeah, I think
Chichetto,
that's
but
the
I'm not
book.
super fan of that.
Yeah, that's not that great, but the Torrin Clark ones are nice. Other than that, I think this is pretty interesting. DC's Harley Quinn romance. This is the variant 1 in 25 Elizabeth Torque variant, and it's got Apollo and Midnighter, and that's a big deal because of the big news today about Authority. So this might be something to keep an eye on for 1 in 25, and all the news with Authority. It's going to be Apollo and Midnighter heavy, which it should be. So I could see this being a big book.
Yeah, it's just hard to cough up $10. I mean, for a regular 1 in 25, would probably pay more, of course.
Yeah. So
Square bound, I take it, right?
I think so. Here's the main cover for it.
Yeah, that's not bad for an Amanda Connor cover.
That's a Little Mermaid homage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So and then here's the variant.
They've done that cover so many times, like their movie variants and stuff.
I love this one because it's got the skull Brainiac thing in the back.
It looks a little Henry Cavill-esque.
Yep. Other than that, Venom coming out. Venom has the big rat pizza meme cover.
Rat.
Yep. So
I get that they're utilizing the cover in a fashion to paint the rest of the picture to show them that they're small, but this seems like a terrible use of cover space.
This is the 1 in 25. What the hell?
Is he on a pool inflatable thing?
Yeah.
What the shit?
The Stormbreakers is the rat one. This is the Bjorn Barons variant.
Trying to say you can see and tell right away who's that.
Yeah. And then this is the main cover.
You know Ryan's picking this up for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Venom, yeah.
Batman Legends of Gotham has a cool Nakayama Red Hood cover.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Power Girl Nakayama is pretty cool too.
Yeah, it also has
that one is one I was liking.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's Batman Legends of Gotham, and then I thought this was interesting. Titan Mouse of Might #1. It's an interesting looking cover.
I've never heard of Blood Moon Comics. Have you guys?
No.
I'm just glad they didn't do like the McFarlane Spider-Man homage.
Exactly. So pretty interesting cover right there, that's for sure. And then finally for me, this Blade Black History Month variant by Chris Allen on Moon Knight #20. So
now, is that a ratio variant? Do you know?
No, I don't think so.
That's their like between the Planet of the Apes and the Black History Month. That's like the monthly variant, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So that's
which you speak of Blade, and I know you're a Maria Wolf fan, but did you look at the Bloodline variant? Because that's booty.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find that.
We're on the same row over there. Like, and I kind of followed your lead and started liking a little bit of Maria Wolf, but I don't like this man.
Ooh.
What?
What's up with his face?
It's like Kevin Eastman did it.
Yeah, it's like an Eastman cover, which fits for Turtles, but this not so much.
Yeah. And then talk about facsimile. I know you're kind of a Dynamite homer, but I think it's kind of cool that Dynamite did a facsimile of Gargoyles #1.
Oh yeah, it pisses me off, dude.
I mean, granted, it's not like Gargoyles #1's hard to come by, being published in '95 in the height of printing. But I thought it was kind of cool they did a facsimile.
You'd be kind of
they're doing them all.
Yeah.
This niche group of like cartoon toy comic book collectors are pretty rabid. And getting this in a 9, this is way more expensive on a 9 in a 9.8 than most people will think. Like the original first print. So this does seem like a kind of no, whether it's $2.99 or $3.99. This does kind of seem like a no-brainer to grab a copy and throw in the short box.
Yeah, pisses me off.
Another art pick.
I like this. Did you see this? This Rian Gonzalez one for
Oh, yeah.
Bloodline. That's a good one right there, man.
Is that
I
like
like this
Monster High
character.
dolls?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you see the Alex Malee for Scarlet Witch #2?
Let's go find that.
I believe it's an incentive also.
Yeah, 1 in 25. Wow.
Holy moly.
Planet of the Apes. Black History Month. Ooh, that's interesting. Look at that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Storm. That's cool.
Reader pick from IDW, Breath of Shadows #1, just because it's got the same creative team between Road of Bones and Sea of Sorrows. What's his name? Rich. I'll butcher his last name.
Doick.
Yeah.
Francavilla, though, did a variant for it. Interesting. It's a cool main cover. Kind of creepy. There's the Bjorn Barons. Huh.
Last cover pick. I'm not a Magic the Gathering fan. I know some people are, but Magic the Gathering #23 has a sweet cover A, and there's also a pretty cool Stephanie Hans variant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's the cover A. And there's the Hans.
I wish I could read this. I really do. But every time I look at the covers and think I'll grab an issue and get back into reading it, I get really nostalgic and get upset with myself for selling my Magic collection years ago. And then I get all so nostalgic that I'll go spend $130 on a box to want to crack a box. And then I got a bunch of cards that I can't play with because I don't have any completed sets. And then like 90% of them aren't really worth anything. And it's like I just kind of screwed myself.
Yeah.
My kid's been playing the crap out of that Pokemon game on Switch. What's the newest one? So Scarlet and then,
That's my cover pick of the week right there, you guys.
Yeah.
Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, the Zulo variant is amazing.
I think is that going to be a cover price variant? Do you know?
Yes, I believe so. It's amazing. Love it.
There was one other one I was kind of interested in reading. Dark Horse, Where Monsters Lie #1.
Oh yeah.
It's like basically where do the horror movie slashers go in between their killing sprees, and they live in a gated community. And then there's a guy that survived a couple horror summers and slashers, and he's now kind of grown up and has gone on the offensive, and he's found out where all these slashers live, and he's going to go on the attack.
That's funny.
So
that's interesting.
Hinckley, this is one of the smallest pull list weeks I've had in several months. I've got Star Wars Santa Staros #1. There's actually 3. There's a 1 in 25. Ooh, I'm getting that for really cheap. And then cover B. Walking Dead Deluxe is out again. God, I'm loving reading that still.
This one right here, this Pacelli is fascinating.
I think that's the 1 in 25.
That is amazing.
I think that one's the 1 in 25, the Pacelli.
It is good. No, the 1 in 25 is the Souza.
Oh, it's not bad. I like the Pacelli one better.
Yeah, the Pacelli is way better. Holy cow.
So looks like
that
I'm
would
getting
be a good
copies.
Marvel card, masterpiece card.
That's awesome.
I'm interested to see where they're going to take this. I'll read just about anything Star Wars related. Year 0, #4 is out, Volume 0. You guys, we've been kind of taking a peek at that as it's been coming out. Or no, that one was maybe last. I think that one was a leftover from last week that they finally got in. Oh, they've got.
I know, especially a lot of places online are getting some especially some of the later incentives that from last week. I don't know if there was a shipping issue.
Yeah, it looks like there's a shipping issue. Hey, McClay, there's a Black History Month for this Star Wars Santa Staros. #1, I didn't see that. I guess I didn't. Which one is it? Okay. That might be her brother or father, maybe.
I don't know.
It sounds like we're getting several first appearances in this issue, more than likely family members, and they're not just necessarily side characters.
Look at this. X-Force 37 Mastrazo variant. That's pretty awesome. That is really good. Anything else?
No, kind of like week.
Yeah, I'm definitely adding Bloodline. I kind of want to read that.
That,
I like
Bone Check, right? There was a cover on there that kind of reminded me of something that you might like.
on
McClay.
Bone Check.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is nice.
Yeah, that, and then the bottom left there kind of seems something that kind of remind me of your logo. A little bit.
That's creepy as hell.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
a 1 in 50. This has got some pretty cool vibes from Gideon Falls with that lone church in the field kind of. That's kind of dope. Bone Check. Who's Bone Check from?
Legend Comics.
I hope my LCS has it. I'm gonna have to read that. And that Bloodline, I really like that cover pick, Brian. I really do. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the book of the week right here.
That's a very fun, cool cover, kind of anime-ish looking.
It'd be better if it was an incentive. Is it an incentive? You said it's regular price, right?
It's regular, yeah. The skulls, the moon, the bats, everything about it just hits.
It's classic animation.
Yeah,
is what it reminds me of. It's.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice.
I'm interested in reading that too, to get away from the whole Wesley Snipes Blade character and yet still have Blade-esque vampire.
I do like the anatomy cover.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Oh wow,
I like that. Yeah. The limb variant. Huh. Yeah, man, I still think it's that Bloodline. There's a bunch of good cover picks though this week. That's about it.
But I mean, yeah, I mean that's just like PC type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. What's this? Quick stops for? Kevin Smith.
Huh. Might take a peek at that if they have it.
Look at this.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Interesting. So there's that. Quick stops, number 4.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Crisis on Infinite Earth homage before.
Yeah.
What volume of Miles Morales are we on now? Spider-Man number 3's out. What?
67.
It's gotta be what, volume 2, volume 3?
No, you're on 2 or 4, 3. I don't remember.
That's out tomorrow, but hardly anybody's talking about Miles Morales Spider-Man. Or hardly anybody's talking about Radiant Black either, too.
Yeah.
Hardly anyone's talking about comics.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Sure.
There's the Miles Morales.
Post-holiday slowdown / break.
Ooh, what's this? 1 in 25 Lashley. That's not bad. I like this one, the Tau.
Oh, I wish they would do more graffiti covers like this. That's pretty dope. Is that a store exclusive then? Because it's got the virtual variant? Dang it.
Yeah, here's the graffiti variant. This one's amazing.
Wow, I could see that one doing well.
Yeah, this one and the last two, I think, are the big ones. Derek Chew. That one's good too. Ooh, look at
Volume
that. There's a
6.
Planet
Yeah,
of
that
the
sounds
Apes.
about right.
That one's pretty good for Planet of the Apes. You can buy that one and not be mad at Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really good Stegman right there. Really good. Yeah, I think those are the plays. The Miles Morales, the
Yeah.
Bloodline.
Yeah. Did Stegman do a Bloodline also?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one doesn't look too bad though. Lazarus Planet. That's a sweet looking Beast Boy tiger. They need to make that just his own cover. That's nice. Interesting. That one's good too.
It's good to hear those graffiti variants were open order.
Yeah.
Those should still be pretty available by the time I get out of work then.
Yeah. See, another one, Where Monsters Lie. So I'm glad to see other ones have the same readership as I do.
It's Purple Hyacinth. What the hell? I ain't heard of that. Yeah. Not too huge of a week. There's a couple good books.
One thing, I mean, I won't say it amazes me, but I'm kind of not amazed. Is a lot of times those Star Trek Incident variants, they sell out quick too.
Yes. Here's the Black Sabbath homage.
There's
Cover
a lot
C.
of Bad Idea, Not First Print books tomorrow too.
Oh, really? I didn't even look. See you, Mitch.
Have a good evening.
That's good stuff.
It'll be nice to have a quiet week to actually like sit at the store and kind of flip through and decide, you know,
Is
just
there Brendan Fraser at the top left?
It is.
Looks like him, right? That looks like Robert Plant right there.
Is that Pacino?
That looks like Robert Plant.
Yeah. Yeah, are they like trying to hint at stuff there?
Maybe. Huh.
I don't know. There'll be some solid reading tomorrow.
Yep, that's for sure.
I will say one thing that we didn't talk about on there for a lot of people that like the milestone books. There's a compendium coming out tomorrow.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. But yeah, New Comic Book Day, not the best, but there is some hidden gems and some PC fan art, not fan art, but PC cover art picks that we all liked. But to each their own, buy what you like. And that's just going to leave us with one more thing. Boogity pow!
Christ almighty.
What do you got for us, Beardo?
One more thing, just another friendly reminder that the show is not ending. The hosts are not changing. The content is not changing. Just Bryan's passing off the torch to the old ComicManAndy channel. We're going to keep it warm for him until he's ready to take that back. We want to keep things just flowing just as seamlessly and smooth every week, and we really look forward to that. And once again, the mission for 2023 is the comic community. So all monetization, all super chats, all donations, all super stickers, everything's going right back into the community to help support monthly, twice a month. Monthly is what we're trying to do. CGC giveaways during our live CGC unboxings. And at the end of the year, we'll take a look at the ad revenue or the everything that the channel earned at the very end, what's in the account. And we're going to see if we can buy some. My hope is that we can buy like a couple of really cool Silver Age or Bronze Age keys and give them away to the community. And one last big hurrah for the end of the year, 2023. Maybe find something cool at a con and support a specific con dealer with the channel revenue and actually kind of bring it back to a con, that'd be really cool and fill up some of that content. That's what we got.
Nice. Yeah, I did share the link to your channel in the chat again, so you guys make sure you go check out ComicManAndy's channel and subscribe. And now when Brian's telling his one more thing, I'm going to share the link to his channel too, because that's what I do.
Amen. Yeah, come check it out. Beyond Wednesdays. Finally figured out our play and how to get things to look and sound, I think. We're going to be using Discord as our main video switcher or video camera grabber. So that's going to be nice. So my one last thing is to remind everybody to download Discord on their computers and their phones as an app and start utilizing it. Come check out the Beyond Wednesday Discord.
Definitely. Link is in the chat. But my one more thing, I do want to just take this time once again to thank everyone that's been here in this show, but more importantly, everyone that's supported my channel over the years. Like I said, I'm not taking the channel down, so to say, but it is kind of being YouTube purgatory. But as mentioned, we're going to carry this show over to ComicManAndy's channel. He's going to take more of a MC role and help create the outline a little bit more. I'm going to help him with some graphics where we need to and so forth. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the Patreon members. The Patreon has been sunsetted right now as well, just because, like I said, self-aware, I haven't been providing the value that I think I should to have people give me money that was going into the channel. It was still going into the channel, but I just haven't been doing much with the channel. So with that being said, I'm just going to rotate some of this content over to Andy as time frees up from my job, my family, and I can do more creative stuff. I'm thinking some shorts. I think we can do some YouTube shorts, maybe bring back a little bit of Rooster. I heard people want some Rooster River back, so we'll see. But yeah, I just need to kind of take that breath and take a pause. And like I said, I appreciate the community. I appreciate you two. I appreciate Ryan. I appreciate everyone that's supported. We've had, some of the people in the chat we've had on the channel, we've had in Patreon, we've had everything. So thank you guys so much. And again, make sure you guys subscribe to ComicManAndy's channel. And for other great content, check out Brian's Beyond Wednesdays. And of course, check out his Discord. I am in that Discord. I don't talk as much in there because I'm just busy. But
yep.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love over the years. And we'll see where it goes from here. But next Tuesday, we will be on ComicManAndy's YouTube channel. Boogity bow!
Hey, Brian. Do you know why Rooster?
Yeah, two here.
Do you know why Rooster goes to the gym?
Why?
To work on his pecs.
To get a
Look, they talking like they don't know a king when they see one. See him in person, he take it back like a refund. Ballin' with my brothers, all my playing D1. Daily checking chicken, he gon' spin it watching reruns. Say they real, but they clone.